Have you ever wanted to get outside and feel good in nature, but something stops you? Maybe you're not sure where to go. Maybe the weather, the gear, or the trail itself feels intimidating. I recently hiked the Borrego Palm Canyon Trail in Anza, Borrego Desert State Park, and I recorded it so you can see what it actually looks like. It is about 3 miles round trip, a mostly flat trail with some significant up and down sections. And it ends at a real desert oasis with palm trees and flowing water. This is more than a trail video. It is proof that getting outside does not have to feel hard. You do not need to be experienced. You do not need fancy gear. You need the right information and a little confidence. In this video, I show you what I wore, how much water I brought, what the terrain looked like, and what made this hike feel safe and doable, even on a 100-degree day. So if you ever thought, I want to do something like that, keep watching, because you probably can. And if you want to go camping with me to get all the support, gear, meals, and guidance included, stay to the end. I will tell you about my women's camping retreats. I'm here at the beginning of the Borrego Palm Canyon Trail in Anza, Borrego Desert State Park. It is about 3 miles round trip, 1.5 miles into the oasis, the Palm Grove area, and really accessible to most people who are ambulatory. Mostly flat. You're going to walk through a lot of washes and sandy areas. There's some rockier areas up and down. I would consider it a beginning to moderate trip. It is going to be a hot day. It is only 8:30 a.m. right now, and you can see the report right here says it's going to be 100. So we've gotten here a little earlier so we can enjoy it before the bigger heat of the day, and I can't wait to get going. This is one of my favorite parts of the trail. It's part of a wash, which is a wide sandy area. I'm looking down at where we came up from. Because it is earlier in the morning, the sun is still blocked by this large rocky area. A couple of my favorite plants in the foreground here. That's a brittle bush. They thrive in the desert, and all over Southern California, we have one in our yard. They have nice, beautiful yellow flowers. Looking across in the other direction, we see the mountain on the other side. So we're in canyon. That's why the trail is called Borrego Palm Canyon. And this is the portion of the trail that I'm walking towards. Right now at the point of the hike where we've crossed over the creek area. It is dry this year, but we are up on this side and it's a really pleasant walk. Lots of foliage along the trail as I rotate around. All that plant is where the creek flows. So you got a lot more foliage down that way. Growth follows water. The reason why this trail is so popular is because it ends at a naturally occurring oasis. And here, this year, is where we can see where the water starts. You can hear it. Rains came early this year, and so the water doesn't go very far down. Here we are, the first of the palms downstream from the main oasis.
Yeah.
Maybe hot, but it's always wonderful to see water in the desert. So here I am at the end of the trail, nice and sweaty. One of the most important things on any hike, but especially in the desert, is having enough water. I highly recommend you have a Camelback so you don't have to stop to drink. You can drink and move. Remember to take those water breaks. I have 1.5 liters with me for this 3-mile round trip hike, and that should be more than sufficient. If it was hotter, if it was already 100 degrees, I would need more than that. So never underestimate the amount of water that you take. There is no worse feeling than being thirsty and having nothing you can do about it. And on some days, it can truly be dangerous. So stay safe out there and bring enough water. Really lovely spot here. As the water comes down the rock, you can see how smooth it is over time, and the rushing water is coming down over it. As we come back down from the oasis, you can see the group of palms in the distance. Like I said, it's a dry year. We just crossed the totally dry stream bed. Some years there's water. Every year is different. What's nice about the return trip is that it's a slow uphill grade all the way there, but on the way back, it's a nice gentle downhill grade. We made it to the end of the hike. It took us about an hour for the downward portion. We left at 8:30 in the morning and took about a 15-minute break to enjoy the oasis, and then made our way down. It is now 11 a.m. I'm going to be looking to see how much water I actually drank. I packed 1.5 liters and I still have plenty of water. Also wore my hat the whole time, sunscreen my face, and I do have full long-sleeved lightweight pants, and of course my hiking shoes. Wearing the right gear and having enough water makes every hike better. That is the Borrego Palm Canyon Trail. 3 miles round trip, a mostly flat trail that I consider easy to moderate in difficulty, with a real desert oasis at the end. And sometimes that is all it takes, one simple hike to help you feel calmer, stronger, and more connected to yourself, and more confident out in nature. If watching this made you think, I want more of that, I have something for you. My Outsidey Outdoors Women's Camping Retreat is a guided weekend where everything is handled for you. The tent, the meals, the hikes, the activities. You do not need gear. You do not need experience. You show up and enjoy it. Click the link in the description to save your spot for the next retreat. I keep the group small on purpose, so every person gets real support and attention. If these dates don't work for you, there is a short form on the page where you can get notified when the next retreat opens. And if this video helped you feel more confident about getting outside, subscribe and leave a comment. Tell me what part stood out, or tell me what kind of trail or outdoor video you want to see next. I hope to see you out there.